Hey everybody, Jay Barino here and welcome back at Super Metroid. Thanks for joining me. We're pretty deep into the game. Deeper than you might expect based on the number of energy tanks that I have. But that's because of the way that I've routed the game. We're not really going out of our way to collect energy tanks. And that also means that we're going to go into Lower Norfair and fight Ridley on a relatively low number of energy tanks, which keeps things a little spicy. Maybe a little intense having to pop our reserve tanks or something when we're fighting him. That'll be fun. And then we'll get a ton of energy tanks pretty soon right after. Just from the way that we'll be traveling the world right after we beat him. Okay, take me down to Norfair. There's nothing else to get in Norfair. We just have to get to Lower Norfair, which is a separate elevator. Now, we have not been there yet. I haven't even discovered where on the map it is because I knew that I just didn't have what I needed to proceed through there. But now we do. Let's zip zoom back to Bubbles. That was fun. Say hi to Bubbles. We'll be back one more time on our way out. And then there's that really good energy or enemy recharge room where we can refill all of our ammunition if we needed to. I don't think I have to, so I'm not going to bother. We're actually immune to the lava in this room. Now that we have the gravity suit. But we don't have to worry about that. We're going to head down here now. We could have come here much earlier through this orange hatch, but we would have realized we couldn't proceed. So when you come up here, you can't destroy any of these blocks to get to that Ridley face. But with the gravity suit, we can move through the lava unhindered, and we don't take damage. So that we can space jump up and out through the face. Surely there's a way to sequence break that. I don't know what it is, but I imagine people have figured out how to sequence break literally every obstacle in this game. But there are spikes on the wall, so I don't think you can easily wall jump it. Just going to do some very quick map exploring over here, because I don't plan on coming out of that hatch back to this elevator at any point. And I get hit by that every time. It's very hard to not get hit by the fire just because there's a lingering hitbox to it. So you just do what you got to do and go, you know. That's how it happens. Last Chozo that held us in morph ball form ever so gently was also friendly. He took us through some spikes. This one lowers the lava. Or acid? I think we're immune to lava, but not acid with the gravity suit. Okay, just more power bombs. And we might as well, we can farm some energy where we can. It certainly doesn't hurt, and we want to try and fill up our reserve tanks too, if possible, because we might need them. Okay, these are crumbly blocks, so try not to land on those before you get this missile, otherwise you have to go all the way down and back up and circle around, which is a pain. Okay, here's our next statue boss, but this one, he's got some drip. He's golden. I personally prefer to use a charge beam on it because it can actually catch your missiles and super missiles and throw them back at you, which is flippin' cool, but also scary. He goes from golden to gray to indicate that he's dying. We just about got him here. Overall, not a bad fight. If we did a little better, we might have been able to save some of the energy there to fill our reserve tanks. I'm going to do a mid-air morph ball power bomb up here so we could break those blocks and grab the super missile. The most minor of sequence breaks. I broke my own rule. Because we could have gone backwards with the screw attack and gotten it after and broken those blocks, but screw attack, it's a direct upgrade to our space jump. Adds damage to your jump. And maybe if I was any good at space jumping, I could use it effectively. But, you know, this is kind of the tutorial room for it. because you can kill these things easily by jumping into them. Lower Norfair can be a bit of a maze, just because there's a few different ways that you can go that connect in different ways. I have it routed, again, specifically to do good work for us, I think. These yellow space pirates, golden space pirates, are only vulnerable to the screw attack. Just bop right into them. Or you can just avoid them completely, which is handy. I'm going to go up instead of through that right door so we can grab one upgrade here. The bottom set of tubes is actually a trap, but because we need to fill in the map, I will purposefully go down there. It's crumbly blocks. And down we go through these things that are going crazy. They're going crazy. And we can screw attack through this stuff. You can just screw attack and kill pretty much any normal enemy, which is cool. And then we powerbomb the floor and head right back to where we were. We have to re-screw attack through these pillars and then up that vertical shaft. But otherwise, not too bad of a detour for falling into a trap that we otherwise could have avoided. Now this room, just for the sake of the map, I'm probably going to take a lot of damage. I hate that I'm about to do this. But this room is got the rising lava and stuff, and there's no way to reveal the map without just doing some space jumps, which inevitably I'm going to mess up, I feel like, and fall down and die. But honestly, this didn't go too bad until that, but I saw there was a tile over here I needed to fall down for anyway. Okay, overall not too bad. I think we revealed that whole room and we'd only lost 2 energy tanks. We're gonna go into the floor here. There was an emergency energy tank I could have gotten to the right if I really needed to fill me up, but instead we're gonna proceed. That went okay. And then this is a save station, last one before the boss, I think. We're going to use a lot of power bombs to just go through this area and break everything. I think a lot of this you can use normal morph ball bombs, but I think it's fine to power bomb. It's just as quick to lay the power bomb, I think. Okay, man, it's so satisfying to do that. When we spend power bombs to make power bombs, it's a callback to the Prime series, if you remember. And now we can head down here. We're getting ever so close to the boss. We have a set of new enemies that we're going to have to fight when we get there. So these are special space pirates. They're only vulnerable after they do a weird jump. And they throw pieces of themselves at you, which is awkward and strange when you think about it, but we can just remain invulnerable while we wait for them to jump. They always do it after they do that. There we go. 2 charge shots gets them. And if we kill them without taking too much damage, then we can come out pretty positive in terms of energy. So that overall was not bad. Now this room, we could utilize these recharge tubes if we need. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, it might be. I don't know. I feel like I'm almost definitely going to be dipping into reserve tank energy for the Ridley fight. He can be difficult. He really can. But let's get in there. He likes to spend a lot of time at the top of the room. His moveset is very similar to the beginning of the game also. His tail can block attacks. Charge Beam does really good damage to him. But we just want to try and get as many hits as possible without getting hit specifically by the tail. Again, he loves spending time at the top of the room. So you do a lot of jumping, angular aiming. feel like I've already taken way too much damage. He's already starting to glow red, which is good. That means we're doing decent damage, but he also becomes way more erratic when he starts to glow red like this. Switch to super missiles. It's gonna be reserve tank time. And we got him. Not much energy to spare. I like how he grabs you before he dies, too. Okay, pretty spooky Ridley fight. And there's where the Metroid was. It's missing now. And we don't know where it is. Came all this way to find it. Thankfully, there's an energy tank there that's hidden, but it's nice that that refills all of your energy because we spent quite a lot on that fight. And now we just get the heck out. There's no different path to take except to backtrack pretty much directly. I guess let's fall into the acid a bunch of times. Is that acid or is that just like super lava? I don't understand. Okay, now these fellas, thankfully, we only had to kill to get to Ridley. Now we can just run past. Granted, they're not that hard to kill and you can resource farm from them. And then we go up and up. Power bomb. And we're doing the same thing on the way out. We're just going to power bomb everything to make it go maybe a little bit faster. Now, there are some goodies to get on the way out, and we're going to be leaving Norfair in a different way than we took to get in. So that just ensures that we cover every pathway. And now that we beat Ridley, we're just going to be on the path to pick up so many energy tanks as well, which is funny because we really could have used them on that fight. Let's get out our super missiles. You can actually kill those with super missiles. And I'll just yeet into the spikes so that we can grab this energy tank. Sorry, light bugs. I hate to kill ya, but we're in a bit of a rush. I mean, we're not in a rush, but you know. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it, light bugs. Okay, now we can't really see in here. But we can go up and out. Once we get to the top, the lights will come back as we go into the next room, thankfully. Wouldn't it be funny if it just was the whole zone like this? It's just like the lights are off because you killed some bugs in one room. That would be insane. Had some trouble getting up the top there, but that's okay. Let's head to the right here for what is a spring ball puzzle sort of thing. I think you're meant to use spring ball and x-ray visor to see the path to take, but honestly, for me, all I know is just go through the top, and then from there, every time you fall, just jump. That's all I know. Just keep jumping until you get to the end, and there we go. For some more power bombs. If we would have gone through the right top door in the dark room, where we had trouble climbing up, it would have taken us through the hatch on the left, and we would have had no way through. But we made a nice little circle, and now we can continue out. Okay, I am not concerned about the acid or whatever. We've got plenty of health. And random how could I have known dude block here, which brings you through to some more missiles. We had the widescreen patch so you can see there was something on the other side. That's, you know, it's more confusing if you were playing the original version of the game. You'd say, how the heck would I have known that there was something down there? I'm going to do some spin jumps up here to get rid of these things easier. Okay, and just like that, we finished Lower Norfair. We've gotten all the pickups. We've gone through it all and completed the map. Hopefully we've gotten all the map tiles. I didn't go in through all that acid for nothing. And this is going to be dropping us off at the bubbles. Who doesn't love the bubbles, you know? I'm glad we got to see him one more time before we had to leave. Okay, so we're really just trying to get out of Norfair back to Brinstar, so that's where we're going right now. Which involves some fun and fancy running. And here we are. So we're done with Norfair. We've got all the items, all the map tiles. We'll check the map before we go up the elevator just so you can see. I want you to believe me, okay? So we take a look. Look at that. Full map for Norfair, upper and lower, is done. We hit every tile along the way. So now we go up and out. And now I have a really goofy path through Meridia real quick to collect one final item. I sort of hate that I did this, but there's a pathway from Meridia back to Brinstar to reveal the map and such, so I wanted to show that off. So we're going to do that now. And grab the final item in Meridia that we could have gotten earlier, but I specifically left it to do this. Whoops. We have to Shine Spark before we leave the room. Not Shine Spark, but store our charge. That's what I get for coming back to this godforsaken place again. Okay, let's align with the plant. And there's the last Super Missile expansion for us to get here. The only reason I came back is to get that, and again, we could have used Mid-Air Morph Ball to get that too. But I wanted to come back here when we had space jumps so that we could reveal the remaining tiles that are up here. There we go, so that room is done. And yet that crab would go into the wall over here. Actually, no, never mind, it's up here. Whoops. It all looks the same, okay? There's a way that you can go into the wall that you just saw him do. So we can use Spring Ball, I guess, to do that. Again, you could just Mid-Air Morph Ball that, and we get our Super Missile. So that's every item in Meridia. Kind of a wacky path we've taken, but here we are. And we want to go up to the top and go through this hatch that we never went through so that we can reveal the last few tiles in Meridia and utilize the last map zone-to-zone connection that we've not seen yet. Which, again, unnecessary, but I wanted to show it all. So there's Meridia, upper and lower, completely done. Looking good. So now we leave, and we are back to Red Brinstar. This was always here, but we couldn't get through that gate from this side. And this actually puts us near the top of Red Brinstar, which I don't love, because I just couldn't find a way... to route things to properly have me take that criteria elevator at that point, because that would have been perfect. But there's still some stuff in Brinstar to get. A lot of it had to do with when we decided to go back to Brinstar in order to collect some pickups. And I did it relatively early because I wanted to learn quote-unquote, Shine Spark and Wall Jump. It felt appropriate to do that when I did it and not wait on it for another trip. Finally open the gate of no return with our wave beam. Come on. And there's just a couple things that we can get in here. Nothing major. No. Power bomb, please. We can open up this tube. Weren't able to do that before without power bombs. But more importantly, what you needed down here was the gravity suit, so that you could run and speed boost to get this energy tank. So the question is, if we would have figured out a path to come through here after we had the gravity suit, we could have cleaned this stuff up and not have to do it now. And then we could have used that Meridia shortcut to Criteria instead, which I think would have been a little better, but that's okay. This is where we're at. I thought about it at the time, so there's not much to second guess. I worked my way through it, and it seemed like the smartest way to go. Okay, and we're actually going to go up real quick. So there's just one or two more things And you do have to kill those enemies in order to open the doors. You can use Wave Beam here to open the gate, and then you can wall jump or grapple to snag this energy tank. So a few different ways we could have approached this room. We could have done it earlier, honestly. But the main blocker when we were here before was we didn't have Wave Beam. Okay, don't fall too far. We're going to go up. And just for funsies, we'll use the grapple beam as expected here. Okay, and then this one's a little weird to know. Like, again, I guess you would use the X-ray scope, but this is a fake wall. Just casual fake wall, because why not? And then random floor that's looks a little different. I guess, again, X-ray visor maybe is how you would know. I'm just not sure. And we have the spring ball so we can hop out of here. That's nice. That finishes our map, and we're back down to where exactly we want to be, so we can go back this way to complete the map and go through a way we haven't gone before. Just in case, I don't think I have to kill those to open the other doors onto the right, but we're going to do that to grab some power bombs. Gotta spend them to make them. More power bombs. And if you consider where we're at now, this is where we got the morph ball at the very beginning of old Brinstar. Except we're totally decked out and we can get anything that we missed. So let's make sure we kill the enemies in here because we're going to want to speed boost. We could have gotten this energy tank anytime we could high jump, and we could have figured out our way back to old Brinstar in the first place. But as soon as we can come back here, we could have gotten that. Let's break these blocks so we have room to speed boost. Shine Spark up here. And you need the gravity suit or wall jump. And then technically the X-ray visor to see that platform so that we can grab 2 missile expansions. Okay, and at this point I'm just thinking, where's the closest save station? Because we've done everything that we want to be doing through all of Brinstar as well. So let's fall. And get the heck out of Dodge. So that's not technically all the tiles in Brinstar. That's still something we have to do, but we will do that later. And there's a few things in Criteria here that we can do also. Do our little baby jumps, reminiscent of the beginning. And then there's actually stuff beneath where Mother Brain was, but we have our Morph Ball bombs now. Again, a lot of this would have been accessible earlier had we chosen to do it. But that's just a casual missile tank. And oh joy, this room. But thankfully, we don't have to jump up the whole thing this time. I guess it's fitting that at the end is when I fell again. But we can go through here, something we couldn't do before. We didn't have Morph Ball bombs when we came in here originally. So we want to freeze these fellas. Plasma Beam helps, and we want to run so that we can Shine Spark. Costs a lot of energy to do that. And we can grab a Super Missile here. That's actually the last Super Missile in the game. And now the goal is we're just going to get back to our ship, and that's where we're going to be stopping for today. And what's nice, too, is this dumps us out at the top of Blue Tube. How quaint. This is where we came out pretty close to the beginning. Except now we have, like, pretty much every item in the game. There's just a couple things left to collect. I think, like, 2 or 3 items. So we will grab those for next time, and we will head down to fight Mother Brain. But hey, thanks everyone for watching. This is the perfect place to stop. I'll see you then. Bit of a longer episode, but next time, again, I wanted to give myself enough time to fully complete Torian. And I just didn't feel like there was really a good save station between my ship and where we started coming back through Crateria anyway. All right, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.